Welcome to this week's show of Around the Post. Jonny Pickleball here, and we're going to be talking about PPA, the Pro Pickleball Association versus USA Pickleball. We'll also have Game Face, Top Play, our Really Dude Epic Fail video, and of course Kyle's Rant of the Week. So let's do it again. Let's light that fuse and go around the post. Welcome to Around the Post Show. I'm Jonny Pickleball. Join with me is Kyle Yates and Eddie from Eddie and Webby.
Guys, if you're enjoying the videos, please let us know. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us how we're doing. Follow us on social media. We got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Around the Post Show.
Perfect. Thank you, Kyle. And of course, we're going to head into our first segment of the day, which is going to be Game Face. And here we're going to have Dudley and Nick from Richmond, Indiana Pickleball.
I'm pretty sure we all know that's Colonel Sanders, not Dudley.
Well, I'll tell you, I think there's something coming at us. We should probably hit it.
That tornado took our ball.
And I'll tell you, I don't know what camp they're attending, but those ready positions need some work. That's fantastic.
Phyllis keeps lobbing. So frustrating.
So Nick finally just gave up, the one in the red sweatshirt. He's like, you know what? Whatever. Perfect. Awesome, guys. That's going to be Game Face. Remember, you can always submit your Game Face of yourself or your friends at info@aroundthepostshow.com. Make sure you do that so that we can share your stuff to everybody. All right, we'll be back right after these messages. Coming to a city near you, the Jonny Pickleball Show. Make sure you follow at Jonny Pickleball Andrews on Facebook. And make sure to follow at Jonny_Pickleball on Instagram. See you soon.
Never miss out on new Around the Post content by subscribing to our YouTube channel. More Around the Post action starting now.
All right, guys, so now we're going to get right to the main topic, and that's going to be the PPA versus USA Pickleball. And what I mean by that is that obviously some discussion has gone down of the PPA not adapting the new rules set forth by USA Pickleball. Now, let it be known that this is not something that they're doing to make their own rules, but they're just taking their time and not rushing to failure. Kyle, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think everyone needs to settle down. It's easy to get caught up in the fact that PPA are not following these new rule changes. And it's not that they're trying to just carve their own path or go by their own rules. These new rule changes are provisional, okay? They're most likely just temporary. The USA Pickleball is testing out these new rule changes to see how it affects play, to see if they're worth keeping. And we've already heard from some top members of the Pro Pickleball Association, and they've cleared up the fact that they're not looking to create their own rules. They're not trying to change rules, but they just don't feel like the professional level is the place to be testing out new rules with money on the line and in all sorts of things, where they just want to put a pause, wait and see if these new rule changes are officially adopted or not, and then they'll go and cross the bridge when they get there.
Yeah, I'd say when we get to the point when people stop commenting on, man, I'd really like to see, what the drop serve really does. Once we know, we can make a call to whether or not, an organization can go ahead and take that on. Once we get to the point where you're not commenting. So I think that's one thing to look at. Now, obviously, with the PPA, Pro Pickleball Association, the UTPR ratings. So that is something with USA Pickleball. So by playing the PPA, they are not sanctioned. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, that also means that in page 1 of the USA Pickleball manual or handbook, whatever you want to call it, you don't have to adhere to their rules, but they are adhering to about 99.9% already. The only thing that they're not doing is obviously going with the new rules right away, which are provisional anyway, as we stated. All right, so let me ask another thing then, since I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here. And Kyle, so why would the amateur players then need to play on a different rule set than the professional players?
Well, that's pretty common actually in sports. Pros usually go by slightly different set of rules than amateur players. I mean, if you look at NBA basketball, the three-point line's a lot further back than college or even high school basketball. Pro golfers, their tees are a lot farther pushed back because they just hit the ball a lot farther. You'll see in all sports, the pros usually go by slightly different rules because their skill sets are different than amateur players, and so there's different issues that come up that way. For example, with the new drop serve, most levels, it's not going to make much of a difference. But then at that pro level, that top 1%, we've already seen a little bit. Players haven't had a lot of time to adapt, but there are things that the pro players can do that start to change the game if you have the same rules as amateur players. And I think it's just too early for the PPA to fully adopt these rule changes without at least seeing the repercussions of the changes. So, just waiting a little bit to see how it works out at all levels might be a smart play here.
All right, perfect. So just to be clear, just so everyone knows that the 3 rule changes that were not adopted are the drop serve. So we're going back to all classic things. So the drop serve, the let, and as well as the, I guess you want to call it the swipe serve, if you will, which let it be known too, I want to go ahead and say that there is not one player in this game that is affecting any rule changes. Okay, there's not one player that's doing anything to make this only different for one organization to make a decision on anything. It is best for the organizations that are doing their decision making are doing what's best for everyone, okay? Not for one specific player out there. So I just want to make that clear. And if you have any other questions on anything, you're more than welcome to get in touch with us on any of our social media, which is, Kyle, what do you got? Where's our social media?
Around the Post Show, we got on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even comment on YouTube, Around the Post Show.
That's right, guys. And of course, make sure to keep watching, keep tuning in, keep sharing this video, and we'll be back right after this.
Does life sometimes cause you extreme heartache or stress? Do you suffer from seasonal allergies or the common cold? Then maybe you should consider Eddie and Webby. Eddie and Webby most likely won't be able to help with any of these symptoms, but Eddie and Webby do provide high-quality pickleball content on YouTube. Rare yet sometimes frequent side effects of tuning into Eddie and Webby may include uncontrollable laughter, severe entertainment, loss of appetite, or a total waste of time. Eddie and Webby may not be right for everybody, but if you like pickleball, Eddie and Webby might be exactly what you're looking for.
Do you want your top pickleball play featured on our show? How about your game face or epic fail? Email it to info@aroundthepostshow.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to be heading into a great segment called Really Dude, which is our epic fail of the week. And this one's going to be brought to us by Mr. John Petty. So, high third shot.
Scott going flying Ernie and man down.
Wait a minute, did he hit the post? There he goes, flying Ernie.
Tripped on his own foot.
And not very graceful, somehow tripping on his own shoelaces, but tries to get up quickly.
Act like nothing happened.
That's my favorite part. Eddie, one more time, man. Right at the back play. So right as he goes for the flying Ernie, check this out. He's very confident, and there it is.
He even goes for the little bit of moonwalk and then,
tries to get up, shake it off, and his partner over there is looking at him. Really, dude?
He's so close to making the top play, but instead he's on the epic fail.
That's a bummer. Trying to walk it off is, I think, my favorite part of that epic fail play, that's for sure. And so remember, you guys can always submit your epic fail plays to info@aroundthepostshow.com. And our next segment that we're going to get to is now the complete opposite of what John Petty just did, and that's going to be our top play of the week. That's going to be Ryan Ritter. Nice drop.
Smash.
His own personal shake and bake. And down goes Ritter, but not after making a great tightrope walk along the kitchen. Don't worry, partner, I got it.
He stayed out of the kitchen.
I like the fact that his partner actually leaned back as he kept walking, like she was helping his balance. Awesome, guys. Love the top plays and the epic fails. Make sure you keep submitting those. And so now we're going to head into Kyle's rant of the week.
Do any of you remember the Pro Pickleball Federation? In 2017, the PPF ran a number of tournaments. Pretty good ones, with solid prize money and nice venues. And as a pro player, I was excited to have a real tour, the first of its kind, but it wasn't sustainable at the time. They weren't able to acquire adequate sponsors to keep the tour alive. Fast forward to today, we have a couple competing tours with the same goals as the PPF, to organize the pro level of pickleball. And USA Pickleball just hasn't been very concerned with the pro level. It's their prerogative to market towards the amateur players, the ones buying paddles and merchandise. The USA Pickleball has their hands full with, well, whatever they seem to be busy with. So the need for a pro tour is huge, like the ATP in tennis. The separation of PPA and USA Pickleball can be a good thing. Much like what the PPF tried to do a few years back, PPA specializes in running top-notch events while organizing the pro level. And we need a pro tour to step up, take charge. The PPA seems to be doing that with upgraded venues, higher prize money, and pushing to get pickleball shown on ESPN2, although during the Super Bowl it might not have been a great idea. But if you're a fan of pro pickleball and you want to see pickleball continue to grow, then you should support a tour like the PPA. The PPF might not have lasted, but with continued support, the PPA could be the tour the sport has been waiting for. I'm Kyle Yates, and I'm pretty excited to see the future of pickleball.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Around the Post show. Jonny Pickleball, Kyle Yates, and Eddie from Eddie and Webby. Eddie, any closing thoughts?
No.
Are you sure this is the end of the show, Eddie? You're more than welcome to.
Oh, in that case, I definitely think.
All right, Eddie, that's going to do it. We don't have that kind of time. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the above on YouTube, Facebook. Make sure to even check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Jonny Pickleball, Kyle Yates, Eddie from Eddie and Webby, and you better make sure to check us out next time because we're going to be talking about pickleball rankings, and we're going to light a fire under that one because there's so much more to talk about. We'll see you soon.